Welcome to the archives display of the General German Aged People's Home and Edenwald. We hope you enjoy this pictorial history. In 1881, a group of Baltimoreans of German background assembled for the purpose of founding a home for aging German American people. A year later, the corporation was founded and a building rented on the northwest corner of Lombard and Penn Streets in Baltimore. Some applicants heretofore living with a son or daughter sought the home to escape the restlessness of family life. The Jubilee booklet states, "As age comes on, whims and singularities grow, and old people often become irksome in their burden to the son and daughter. Of such people, the home was the answer." The certificate of incorporation states, "The home shall never be managed in any particular national, religious, political, or social tendency, but shall confine itself to the single objective of making the last years of its residence as pleasant and quiet and free from care as possible." The same year, the Ladies' Aid Society was formed. The society sponsored suppers, bazaars, and other events to help provide some of the necessary funds. It also provided festive celebrations, picnics, and card parties for the residents who, would you believe, at that time were called inmates. The annual report states a new washing machine was placed in the cellar, as the old one refused to do further duty. In 1885, a new building specifically designed for housing the elderly was established at Baltimore and Payson Streets in downtown Baltimore at the cost of $100,000. The debt was completely cleared in 3 years. The architectural lines of the home were simple and beautiful, lacking the gingerbread ornamentation of that period. Red brick trimmed with stone lintels and a terrace with an iron fence offered a pleasing front. There were carefully tended vegetable and flower plots. The new, beautiful home, with all the latest comforts and facilities of the time, was the result of much sacrifice and love. The rooms were well lighted and ventilated. There was a comfortable reception parlor and a cozy reading room. The bedrooms were spacious and comfortable. In the garden, under spreading trees, were benches where the old folks contently sat in the shade or the sun. Conditions for admission were Maryland resident, minimum age of 60, homeless and forsaken, not afflicted with chronic disease, good moral character. Residents paid an admission fee and transferred to the home all property and income of any kind. The year 1931 was the 50-year celebration. It was held on the grounds of the home and attended by many people. In 1934, it became evident that the building needed modernization, fireproofing, and enlarging to accommodate the many elderly applicants. The number of applicants seeking a restful, quiet home increased each year. The home could not take care of more than 70 people at one time. Therefore, it became incumbent on the board of directors to either enlarge the home or find another site, and numerous properties were offered. The 17 acres in a splendid location of Irvington Heights on Athol Avenue was selected, and on September 25, 1935, groundbreaking took place for the Greisenheim building at 22 Athol Avenue. On April 25, 1936, the cornerstone was laid. Construction was completed in record time. A year later, on November 8, 1936, the Greisenheim was dedicated and 70 residents were moved in from Baltimore and Payson Street. Here is the lobby entrance and the Landwehr Memorial Room at Christmas. The resident rooms were spacious and personal. The auditorium held a large group and was used also as a chapel. This large group gathered for a Christmas program. The dining room served many residents over the years. The kitchen was modern for its day, and here meals for residents and staff were prepared. The sitting rooms provided opportunity for fellowship and sharing. The library was light and inviting. A sunroom was the gathering place for residents. Sister Frederica and a staff of nurses took care of the health needs of residents. The sister, a Lutheran deaconess with a calling similar to a nun, retired in 1959 after 22 years of service. A doctor cared for the health needs of residents. Nurses monitored the residents and recorded their progress. An 800-foot stone wall, concrete sidewalks, gateway, and driving entrance along Athol Avenue was dedicated to the memory of Philip W. Kingley. It greatly enhanced the beauty of the grounds and improved the view of the home. On August 7, 1937, the Handicraft Club was organized to assist residents to make items to be offered for sale at various functions. The club provided clothing, bureau scarves, and other needs for the residents, as well as special treats. These are the officers of the club in 1981. In 1957, the cornerstone was laid for the infirmary wing of 13 beds, which later would be enlarged to 27 beds. A second enlargement brought the total to 36 beds, and here the Masons participated in this event. On November 24th of the same year, dedication was held, and residents moved in. The patient rooms provided for the medical and nursing needs of residents. Patients could gather in the solarium for socializing, and at this time there was a total of 85 residents. Over the years, the Board of Directors gave direction to the able staff in the management of the home. Directors' meetings were always well and promptly attended. Various committees promptly and businesslike fulfilled their duties. These are the early directors who actually were the management team. Here is the board in 1947 to 49. And this is the board in 1981, before women were added. For many years, the directors celebrated their birthdays with the following toast in German. A giant step was taken by the board in 1985 when the new facility known as Edenwald was begun in Towson. Edenwald means peaceful woods. Groundbreaking for the new building was held indoor at Goucher College because of several inches of snow the day before. Those present remember the bushel basket of dirt, the little red wagon also filled with dirt, and the 2 chromium-plated shovels used for the groundbreaking. Construction began on the building for 400 residents in 241 independent living apartments, 43 assisted living rooms, and 72 comprehensive nursing beds, to be known as Stroh Hall. The building was completed in record time. If members of the first board of directors and some of the early residents of the home could see the elegant lobby, its lovely apartments, its tastefully appointed lounge and meeting rooms, and its 3 fine dining rooms, they would be amazed. Among the recognition given at the time of the dedication is a plaque presented by the Germainer Lodge in honor of the cornerstone laying and opening of the 3rd building of the General German Aged People's Home, known as Edenwald. Dedication was held on September 29, 1985. The first residents moved into the high-rise, and 68 residents were moved from Athol Avenue. In March 1986, Edenwald purchased an additional area across the street for parking. They opened a garden court for dining and a nifty thrifty shop. The assisted living hall was named for C.W. Horrocks, a longtime president of the board. The same year, the Residents Association was formed.
But in a little over 15 years, there was again interest in enlarging the facility, and Edenwald received long-term bonds to finance the new construction. In 2005, renovation of the healthcare center, the first step in expansion, began. And in 2006, groundbreaking was held for the terraces at Edenwald, to include large independent living apartments, assisted living 2-room suites, 4 levels of parking, a complete recreation center with pool and spa, a suspended walking track, and a fitness center. Under the leadership of Sal Molidi, corporation president, dedication of the entire project was held on June 4th, 2008. In addition to the terraces, Edenwald now has the tower building, including studio apartments, 1-bedroom units, 1-bedroom apartments with dens, 2-bedroom units, and penthouse suites. There's also a library, a woodworking shop, craft room, guest rooms, a beauty shop, and card and game rooms, as well as a garden, resident flower boxes, and benches to enjoy the outdoors without leaving the campus. Edenwald also has the Stroh Healthcare Center, with private rooms, lounges, dining facilities, and meeting areas for comprehensive nursing care. Residents needing post-hospital care, temporary care for illness, hospice care, or long-term nursing assistance are helped here. There is a separate area for residents with memory impairments called Horrock Hall, including an enclosed outdoor garden. Also, a medical suite is available to all residents, including offices for a dermatologist, audiologist, dentist, and podiatrist, as well as a dedicated room and staff providing physical, recreational, and occupational therapy. Social workers and other specialists are also on site for support. And there's a nifty thrifty shop with all kinds of helpful housewares, furniture, and clothing items. The profits are used to improve life and support special events at Edenwald. Residents in the tower building and the terraces are provided 1 meal a day as part of their monthly service charge. Residents in the assisted living and healthcare centers receive 3 balanced meals a day. Dinner is served in a formal a la carte dining room with table service. There's also a dinner buffet and a pub open for dinner. An informal cafe with carry-out options and patio dining serves 3 meals a day. Menus are diverse in these 4 venues, providing several options for residents and visitors. Edenwald has continued to improve its facilities and services to stay up to date with the times, and most importantly, ahead of the need. Under the leadership of President Mark Biggs, since 2019, the Valley Room, Grill, and Southerly Place dining rooms were redecorated to enhance their bright and cheerful ambience. Apartments were provided with an upgraded Wi-Fi and cable TV service. Walls were repainted and new carpet installed on the first floor. The area near the main entrance was renovated to become a lovely lounge to welcome residents and visitors alike. The archives were relocated here. The campus was rebranded as Edenwald Senior Living, and the website was updated to include pictures of current residents enjoying themselves in various locations around the building and the surrounding area. Extensive renovations were completed, transforming Horick Hall into a much more home-like atmosphere for residents with memory care needs. Caregivers and newcomers groups were formed. A musician in residence program was started in cooperation with the Peabody Institute. At Edenwald, there is always something to do to stay active, to stay fit, to learn, and to be entertained. An extensive program of engaging and informative speakers and live musical and dance programs fill the auditorium stage on a regular basis. Courses are offered to residents by Goucher College, and the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Towson University conducts some of its classes on the Edenwald campus. Courses address a wide variety of topics and enable seniors from all over the area to experience Edenwald's facilities firsthand. Unfortunately, COVID ushered in a drastic curtailment of services. Volunteer residents made and distributed hundreds of cloth masks early in the pandemic when commercial masks were scarce. All meetings and programs went online, and residents developed their skills in using Zoom to stay in touch with each other and their families. Throughout the pandemic, prompt and decisive action by campus leadership resulted in Edenwald having an outstanding record of keeping staff and residents as healthy as possible during this very troubling time. As the health crisis lessened, the roof putting green was remodeled into a lovely deck for meeting and relaxing. The deck is the home of concerts and celebrations such as Oktoberfest. A major initiative under consideration is adding additional residences. Together with Goucher College, Edenwald is evaluating the possibility of evolving into a university-based retirement community. This concept, which has gained popularity across the country, integrates lifelong learning from the college or university with attractive residences, services, and amenities from the retirement community. Yes, very much has changed in the almost 150 years since the German General Aged Home opened in downtown Baltimore. As society's needs and expectations have changed over the years, so have our location, our size, our services, and of course, our residents and staff. But the guiding principles and core values of Edenwald have stayed the same. Edenwald has always been a caring community, committed to helping those it serves to live their lives in joy, dignity, comfort, and security, and to inspiring its residents to thrive and to live lives of significance. This is Edenwald. Thank you for viewing our presentation.